We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hey, welcome to GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. I'm Ro Williams.
Hey, I'm Trisha Mann Grant. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. This is the Four Eyes edition. No, just kidding.
Right. Everybody's got, except for Don.
No, you can't see him.
He doesn't have glasses on.
No, I pull mine out in honor of your new pair.
I appreciate that.
I'm not going to rock them the whole show, though, because they're really for night driving.
Yeah, you know, and I'm going to have to take mine off and be kind of sort of halfway cute later on. But you know what? I can see y'all. Praise Jesus. I can see.
Lord, you can see.
It feels good to be able to see good. You know, I can't see distances. That's the problem, okay? Because I noticed about a month or 2 or 3 before ago that I could not see while I was driving down the street at nighttime.
Oh, so you're kind of night driving too?
Yeah, so those are night drivers for you?
Yeah. I only rock them during the night. You know, I can see clearly now that the light is up, but when the night
right. It's deep. But,
talk about blind as a bat.
No, that's okay. That's what happens when you get younger.
That's right.
That's what happens, right?
That's for real, though. That's real talk.
How you doing, sis?
You know what? I'm good. I have no complaints. We got a good word, a meal prepared by the pastor this morning. I was not at St. Mattress. Praise Jesus. I was not there.
Oh, good for you.
I was rocking the word with my sis here at the Covenants.
I was shocked. I walked in church.
Oh, now you know that's hard.
And I
she
saw
said she was shocked.
Rose sitting there, about 6 rows up. I was like, there she is.
But you know what? Let me tell you, it's the first day of the last month of this year, and I wanted to finish strong. So I went to LA Fitness, and I went to the Father's house. Now I'm here now, and this is amid adversity and challenges and obstacles and hurt and pain. But one thing that Pastor said today is you got to rise above your circumstances.
Yeah, he should. And he said just like that too, because Pastor Sanchez, you know, he's got that
Don't
Puerto
let the
Rican
Sanchez
black
fool you.
blood
He's
going
really
on.
black.
Yes, he is. I love him.
This
The
should
man
be
is all
Richard.
over. Yeah. At the Covenant, y'all, 4830 South Genesta.
Yeah, I truly was blessed. And one of the things that he said that really encouraged me is that because he used to be a part of a really huge ministry, like that ministered to thousands and 10,000s upon thousands at a large televangelist ministry. And the thing that he said that, you know, God burdened his heart with really reaching out and loving on the people, that it doesn't matter if he's ministering to 10,000 or just one.
Right.
And because it used to bother me, you know, I really want the mission and the objective of what we're doing here to reach the masses.
Oh, no.
And I just, you know what, God just told me to take a moment to appreciate, even if we just impact just one life.
That's right.
For the kingdom.
That's right.
You know, I mean, we always want to do a big. We always think big is better, but you never know what the assignment on life's way is, you know, that
That's
God
right.
has you there for.
That's
purposely.
Right. As long as it's effective, as long as somebody's being blessed. So to everybody in all the other countries all over the place, Germany, Australia, oh my God, there's so many, Argentina, everybody everywhere, and especially here in the United States of America, we appreciate you so much for joining us every Sunday at 4 o'clock, and we want you to pass the word on. And today, you guys are in for a treat, and I know we're going to get to that, but let's talk about Thanksgiving real quick. Did you eat a lot?
Oh, you know what? No, I actually didn't, but I wanted to, just before you mentioned Thanksgiving, also, although we are worldwide, we do have fun, and we lift up all the folks in the entertainment. You know, we still have prayers out to those troubled Philippines and everywhere across the world that are being impactful, and whether it's a personal issue, a family issue, or a life crisis that's impacting their sector of the world, you know, God has not fallen off the throne. So be encouraged. And as Pastor Sanchez said this morning, is that you can find something to be thankful for, even in the midst of your go-through.
I know.
You know,
and I am thankful, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I'm so grateful.
I got a, fly husband was all dressed to the nine this morning.
He looks so cute. He had a little bow tie. I just want to say, Assalamu alaikum to him. He had like this cute little
I wanted to ask him for a bean pie, and then what's the final call?
Oh, it was so cute. He took the bow tie off, so we won't be able to witness that, but it's
he
okay.
ain't rocking it right now, but
he
got a shout out from the pulpit. What was up there?
Man. Yeah, he got a shout out
from the pulpit. Yeah, because the pastor
happened?
Said men can dress themselves. And he didn't that right, Tony?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, that's how we do. So when he comes to church, I always dress up. But when he's not there, I got the jeans and
No,
and
you
the
still be
t-shirt
rocking
on.
style though. It might be a little low key, but we haven't been here a while,
represent.
so we glad that you are in the seat with us today. You know,
miss you guys.
we had a show featuring stunt when we celebrated stunt women, and that was a show that I shared the seat with our Word Edition Pastor Abrams Dixon, and he sat in for Pastor Dawn Turner Connor.
Beautiful.
And then you had Miss Ophelia. You tell us how
I
that
had
week went.
Ophelia Harper, and she was in a wonderful production, and they came, the whole entire cast came. It was crazy because we had everybody in here, so we were playing what do you call it, musical chairs. So we talked to a few people and tell them get up and put somebody else in, and we were able to get through almost the entire cast of the folks that came. So Ophelia, I heard you guys did an amazing job, and
their
we're so
play was
proud
called
of
Be
you.
Careful What You
Be
Pray
careful
For.
what you pray for. Y'all need to be careful what you pray for.
But
okay? Surely,
but
trust
we have someone in the house that be rocking some productions.
See, I think that when he was born, this is Don B. Welch I'm talking about. I think when
Our guest
Don
today.
came out of his mom's tummy, that they stuck a pen and some paper in his hand, and he started writing scripts then. That's what I really think. So he's incredible because Don produces them. He's like, okay, after one is up, oh, we got another one and another one. And this time we got Take It to the Lord or Else. And it's got the lovely Dawn Lewis, who's on the cover of our magazine.
That'll be coming
up.
out. It's actually in production now.
Yes.
And so look for that this month. I'm
That's
excited.
right.
I'm
And
excited.
I was honored to write her story.
Which
Dawn
my
is
mom was
amazing.
one of the editors, and she was like, "It's amazing."
Good.
My
We
mom's
love
a
you, Mama.
critic's critic.
That's
okay?
right.
But yeah,
that's
she
right.
loved it. So.
And Dawn don't play either, okay? She like, got to be right. Got to be right.
got to be
get-
tight.
had
Yeah,
it.
we wanna make
you
sure we
misspelled
have-
this word right here, okay? And then we've got Kenny Lattimore, who we love.
he graced our first cover. It's right
Yes,
over
he
there.
did.
Yeah.
Yay, go Kenny. And also Shanice Wilson is in the play, Take It to the Lord or Else, written by Don B. Welch. And who else do we have here?
I just know they need to go and tweet and call and
Yes.
Instagram your folks.
Call us.
This is you're gonna not only hear a wonderful story from a wonderful, talented man of God who's doing great work out there, entertainment in the business, but
That's
it's a
right.
great opportunity for you as a family to come together to celebrate the holidays. And for those of you who don't happen to be on the West Coast, you know, I'm sure he will be able to share how you may can come up on a box set or two at times of his great works. I'm sure he has a lot of things in the works in regards to how you'll be able to, if you're interested, whether from an entertaining perspective, want to see his work or to be a part of his work, how
buy
you
it.
can how to reach out and touch. Yeah, be a consumer, support
buy a DVD.
each other. Yeah, so we will come back when we come back, and with now who are you? You're the host, Trish, but you're also the poet, Trish. I couldn't leave without giving you one more shout out.
That's
So if you're
sweet.
looking for, I don't know if it's necessarily something. I guess you could pick up for the holidays to encourage people going through.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know we focused on during the month of October, which was for domestic violence, but still I have a CD called Don't Beat the Love Out of Me. It's actually called Introducing the Poet, Trish, but Don't Beat the Love Out of Me is one of the true stories done in an acting way. So y'all check that out. We'll talk about
And
it
when are you
later.
going to come out with some more?
I actually am about to come out with some more. So we'll talk about all that
I
later.
just was trying
You
to
know,
do a teaser.
cdbaby.com.
I'm just
I
trying to do a
appreciate
teaser,
that.
you know, trying to help
I
you put some
appreciate it.
products,
I
all
love
right?
you. I just love you. You're such a sweetie pie.
With that note,
She's so
when we come
sweet.
back, we're going to sit
I
down with the
know.
incomparable
Donald B. Welch. Yes.
Right here on GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio, Entertainment Edition, baby.
See you in a minute. Don't go nowhere.
Be right back.
Hey everybody, it's your man Sabir Bay back on your airwaves, inviting you to join us every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Sabir Bay Show, discussing history, law, and hip-hop. Every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Sabir Bay Show, exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You also can catch us on iTunes Radio and R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch us and listen directly at LATalkLive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Elena, inviting you to join me every Wednesday at noon for Elena's Beauty Talk and more. exclusively on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Dr. Lewis Logan, inviting you to join me every Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon for Faith on the Front Line. We don't just talk about it, we are about it. That's our motto. Don't just talk about it, be about it. We highlight the issues and challenges that we face today and how faith communities and leaders make a difference. So don't forget to tune in to Faith on the Front Line, exclusively here on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio and R&B, and watch us on Ustream TV. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hey, welcome back to GospelRhythms.com, LA Talk Live, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And our special guest today is Mr. Don B. Welch, and his play is Take It to the Lord or Else.
You know what the OL stand for.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Or
else.
I mean, seriously, though, we have to learn how to just say, okay, Father, I can't do no more.
Absolutely. Sometimes you have to just take it to the Lord. You know, really seriously, and no play on words, and actually have enough trust and belief to leave it there, and understand that you got to still do your work too now.
Right.
You got to still do your work about whatever it is, but if you trust enough and you really have the faith, and sometimes, you know, we have the faith, but sometimes we are, as being human, we fall short of that. We say, well, I'm going to trust you, God, but then we kind of question. And I think that he understands that really much, that's just a part of being human. Sometimes I believe God gives us tests not to test our faith, but to strengthen it. So we go through stuff. So you still got to take it there, you know.
And he also says, in order to please him, the only way to please him is to have faith.
Absolutely.
You know, so
it amazes me about people who do not have faith, but I don't get into that because everybody has their own religion, and you know, whether they have something they believe in or not. But it amazes me with all that's going on in the world today, if we don't have the faith to at least lean on our faith. I know I do all the time.
Well, we kind of just jumped right in it. And so those of you who are just joining us, I was like, who is this man of God that's on the mic? Renaissance Man is how a newspaper journalist described the talent of Donald Welch. And you know this man very well, being the wonderful, talented actress in the business yourself.
Woo, I love her.
Would you pick it up?
Yeah, you know, you are silly. Let me tell you something. Don is everywhere, okay? And he's consistent, persistent. I don't care what goes wrong. And he'll put up a Facebook post in a minute for all of Don's friends and my friends out there, because we have a lot of mutual friends.
That's right, we
Facebook
do.
Or whatever in the business. Y'all know Don will call you out on Facebook. He'll call a situation out. He'll keep it real. He'll put up his posts. And to me, and I've been meaning to tell you this, I'm so proud of you for doing that, because that's your ministry, man. Thank you. I mean, really, you are just going full-fledged with your ministry.
And I think that you were in support of being on our show, because a lot of times people come on here and they don't get to promote and being on here until they get here. And so I appreciate that, you know.
Well,
we have little snags in our social media game, and I don't take that lightly that you took the time to do that. So, I mean, some people kind of get caught up in their own self-promotion, but I really appreciate that.
Some people, a lot of people, believe their own press releases.
Right.
Believe it, they are that press
Gotta
release.
stay humble.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times my posts really are done because I'm thinking out loud and ranting myself with me. And I always remember that on Facebook it says, what's on your mind? So I write those type of things, not really to necessarily
preach or anything.
No, or call any particular person out. You know whether it applies to you or somebody you know. And sometimes I'm really ministering to myself.
Right.
You know, but the fact of the matter is that, I think you have to keep it real. You don't have to hurt anybody's feelings, but you got to keep it real. We're in a real fake business.
Yeah.
So you have to keep everything else real about your life.
Exactly.
So how do you tell, though, when you meet somebody in this business, how can you, is it a spiritual thing? You just discernment that you can tell whether they're genuine or whether they're fake?
That's probably a really good way of putting it, because I do believe I have a really good eye and ear for that. I can be in your presence for 5-10 minutes and I kind of know where you're going and where we're going, if anywhere, because this is a place where it is about a lot of me, gimme.
And pretension.
Absolutely.
Woo.
So I am able to pick that up. When the old Don used to hold grudges and get you back. If it took me 20 years, I'm gonna get you back.
Yeah.
But when you find out is that you're harboring those type of things inside, and the only person you're really hurting is yourself. So you let it go and you let them go. No big fanfare, just gotta go. So it's sort of easy after a while to pick up the ones who gonna ride with you and the ones that's gonna be with you while you're doing something.
Or they're just trying to be associated with you because you is doing something.
Absolutely. I can, I remember when the only thing in my checking account was the word checking.
Amen.
So, I mean, I've been there and could go there again.
Right.
But, you have to still be able to know who you are. And I think a lot of times, one of the most, I think if it's anything sad about it, is that sometimes we know people that really the reason why they can't love anybody else is because they really don't love themselves. And they have not, because to me, the mirror is truth serum. It's going to tell you, if nothing else, about you. You don't have. It's up to you whether you want to listen to it or not.
Yeah, because the people often are blind to the truth. Even the Bible says a fool looks at his reflection in the mirror and walk away and forget what his reflection looked like. So that statement right there clearly states that God understands that there are people that are going to look at the man in the mirror and walk away and not make the connection that your weave needs to be tightened up, or you need a shave, or you know what I mean, or the fact that the reflection doesn't necessarily reflect that they stink, that they don't notice it because of the accoutrements that cover it. You know what I mean? That mask it.
They're
But
in denial. That's all. It's just simply
Well, yeah,
that. Denial
yeah.
and disillusion.
But I don't
Some
want to get.
people.
I wanted to get out that number one because our guest is a accomplished because I want to get in the meat of announcing who you are and what you're
Yes.
about. I stopped at one place and then we went on this topic. But he is an accomplished singer, actor,
Yeah.
writer, director, playwright,
Wow.
playwright. He's a playwright and producer, and now you're an author and
Who's
man
clapping?
of God. The audience.
Oh,
is
that was the
clapping.
audience. Oh, hey,
Invisible
everybody.
Audience.
That's our invisible audience. They're
And so,
clapping.
with that being said, there's a journey that you took to get where you are, and we just want to get a little sense of that journey. At what point did you? I mean, you're 22 plus productions, and growing between the plays, the book, the sitcom coming out, the movies coming out.
Okay.
I mean, this wasn't an overnight thing.
Right. So we want to know,
Woo,
like,
no.
how did you get to 22 productions at your young age?
Well, thank you first of all, thank you for saying that young age.
I know
I love
you're
that.
young.
I love that. We won't have to go no further than that. Now we was already kind of friendly. We're gonna be friendly for
Now
life.
we do.
You know what happens?
BFFs.
Hey, I think I always knew I wanted to do this or be in the industry in some type of way. Starting out as a singer, doing a lot of nightclubs and things, and had to bring my parents because I was singing in places where they served alcohol at a younger age. So, I knew it was something, and it was very successful for me, but I didn't want to stop. I get bored very easily, and I want to, go other places. So writing and directing and producing came a little later, but for me, as far as I'm from Philadelphia, which
East
is
Coast?
which is still, my home away from home. LA is my home, so I've been here 13 years, but the journey here has been a lot like everybody else, ups and downs. You just got to keep pushing through. I've never had a day where I said, well, that's not true. I had one day where I said, I think I'm just done. And that was 2004, and I was in a production in Philadelphia, and things just were at that point where I said, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I know that I got to get out of this. And it was only for a quick second because you realize that it's not that you're just giving up the productions and giving up the talent. You're giving up your life. This is a part of my life. So the journey has not been that easy. I've had people that have come along and helped out when they saw things were going on. And that was great. And they're still there. I mean, one of the main reasons why I moved to Los Angeles was because of the support and relationship with Will Smith back at home in Philly. He said, whenever you're ready to come to LA, you want to get involved in more television and film, I got you. Well, I believed it, but I wasn't really ready to come here until 2000. So, but I still came here self-sufficient. He only came on board when he saw that I was doing things and making a difference.
That's how God does. It's like when God sees we're serious,
Yeah.
He tells us and gives us direction and puts it out there to go and do.
Absolutely.
But until we go and do and believe that we can,
That's right.
He it's like our faith moves him to move action.
And and 13 years later, he is still very much in my corner and has never let me go. So what happens is you take that and not. You don't take that and as somebody owes you anything. You take that as a blessing, and then you try to pass it on and give somebody else a blessing. Because if I were not succeeding or I was not doing well or not writing, directing, producing shows that went around the country and all that, then people say, hey, look, we gave it a shot. But when they stick with you, and I'm not just talking monetarily, I'm talking on every type of level you can think of, because everybody can't give you a check or write you a check or put you on. But here was a man who gave me his name. When he saw some of my shows, he said, what can I do to help you? Wow. And I said, well, I want to go on the road with this particular play. And I said, you can give me your name. And we were on the phone talking, and things got very quiet for a second. And then he said, okay. Wow. So my show went out on the road, and it was Don B. Welch Productions in association with Will Smith Presents. Wow. And that was all I needed,
Yeah.
It was a wonderful thing to have.
The metaphorical image. All we need is Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. I mean, that's just.
I remember one time calling and saying, "Well, they want you to do a radio drop for a show." He said, "You have the name.
Use it."
And I said, "You are so
wow.
right."
There you go. Use the name. So, what was the most profound thing that Will Smith ever said to you?
I got it right on the tip of my tongue. He said, Don, sometimes the problem with you is that you think with a cap on a ceiling. He said, there is no ceiling. He said that you have to look at things that there's nothing you cannot do. And I thought, when you think about that, here's what we do sometimes in life. We'll say, Lord, if I can just get through this next week, if you get me through this next bill. And then actually God does that. But that's all he does, because that's all you asked for.
That's all you asked for. That's
but when you start to pray with an open mind and see things with whatever you're trying to do in life, whatever career you choose, with no ceiling, you can move.
You have not because you ask not.
Absolutely.
Now, have you been walking with God all your life? Were you raised?
Well, I walked with him all my life, but a couple times I got off that road.
Keep it real. Come on, tell us about that.
Sometimes I got off that road, never letting him go but so far, but I'm keeping it real.
Autobiographical?
Hey, sometimes I got off that road. I've never walked around with a Bible in my pocket and a hymn always on my lips. But God has a way of getting your attention.
Don't he know?
He has a way of getting your attention and getting you back to where you need to be. So I've never left God, and God has never left me, but I veered off. And I don't mean drugs and alcohol, just in life, getting too busy, to say thank you.
Right.
Getting too busy to stop and say, wait a minute, hold up.
See what he wants you to do.
Absolutely, because sometimes you really have to just sit back and let him guide you. You have to know that you are not driving anything, really. You really are not.
Oh, and he will chastise you. Let me tell you something. I had a revelation yesterday. It's sad it took me this long to get there, but a couple years back, I was out on the road for a couple of years, right? And I wasn't paying my tithes. I mean, I'd go to a church here and there because we were busy doing 2 shows a day on Sunday. And I thought about it, but I didn't do it. Yet God was blessing me with all that money every single week. So guess what? 2 years after that, for 2 years, it was dry.
Tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds, baby, running through the desert. And it just hit me yesterday as I was thinking about it, because right now he's starting to bless again. So it hit me. Wow, Lord. So basically, I didn't handle my business, pay my tithes, and do what you asked. This is simple. Just bring your tithes into the storehouse that there may be meat in my house, saith now the Lord of hosts, and I'll pour you out a window of blessings from heaven. And it's a promise. And the thing is, I realized I didn't keep that promise.
Right.
And so he let me say, okay, well, fine.
And you know what? It probably wasn't even anything you were doing intentionally. Is that sometimes we just get so busy. But I believe that God sometimes gives us a blessing just to see what we do with
what
it.
we're going to do. Right.
Oh, no, totally.
It's a test.
And the thing about it is, to touch on what you were saying when Pastor was saying, it's like if he gives his wife a gift. And it may be something that she really wants, but if he's not faithful to his wife,
right? If he's cheating on her,
she don't want that gift.
She
don't want that gift. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's
it's
the
like
same way God is with
wants
us.
consistency from us. And yes, of course, we all fall short on any given day, drop the ball. But I believe a part of that faithfulness is recognizing that when we do fall short, we pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and turn back in the right direction, like you said.
And not being ashamed to talk about it and tell about it.
Yeah, and keeping it transparently real.
I mean, just keep it real, because at the end of the day, whatever you've been able to attain or get or you've been blessed with here on this earth, if you believe as I do, when you leave here, it ain't going with you.
Oh, no.
Right. No,
so
it's not.
It's not going with you. So, why? My grandmother used to have a thing where she would say, people, they hate their hands closed all the time.
I just did that to my dog.
Yeah. You can't get nothing in.
Nothing can't get out. Nothing can't get in. You got your fist balled up, trying to keep it.
Who you trying to
Look
fight?
at Don B. Welch. You can't even take that cute sweatshirt that says "Got Theater" on it with you when you die. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and that's
right.
kind of cute. So why don't you just leave that with
But
him?
you know what? They come in
that.
black or with white
Is it
and
red. Did they come in red?
I have to check the
Are
color.
you selling them at your show?
No, but I should. Everybody's been asking me.
I'm just
I
like, what's up with
these.
that?
Got theater.
You using the marketing team?
All right, so let's talk about you and the fact that this show, Take It to the Lord or Else, which also has my girl Amber Sawyer. What's up, Amber?
She's by the way, she will be ministering at our first Wednesdays at Cafe Cordial.
Yeah, you go in.
She's gonna be rocking it.
Yes,
Woo. Whitney
Andrea
Houston song at that.
Jones. We love Andrea. Yeah, baby can sing. We love you, Andrea. Now all these other folks. We're gonna name everybody in a second, but let's talk about the fact first.
Now this play is the play you said that you had written.
He asked this man this question. All right, so let's talk about the fact.
I'm sorry.
This was your first
My very first play I wrote 20 years ago, 20-some years ago, Take It to the Lord or Else. It was a comedy gospel musical, and it actually starred the late, great comedian, LaWanda Page, Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son. And I brought her into Philadelphia, and I was really nervous. I had never had anybody with name recognition in my play, but the play was running so well in Philadelphia, so that I decided to reach out and get somebody. And I wanted to bring it back. It's been because two reasons. One, in memory of her, and then secondly, in memory of my grandmother, who that was the only place she had ever had an opportunity to see. But she always was the one who encouraged me to do what I'm doing, saying, listen, you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. Just keep God first and keep moving. So, and hearing her sit behind me at the theater and laughing at that show. So this was like, okay, I'm gonna bring it back for the holidays. And I got a wonderful cast: Dawn Lewis, Kenny Lattimore, Shanice, Abraham McDonald, Jacob Lusk, Dolores L. Stewart, and I called her Dakota, and I call her the L.A. house wrecker, Francesca White.
Oh, really?
That's Fran Big Girl Swag. She turns it out. So we're gonna have a great time.
We got Jarrell O'Neal, Charlo Crossley, Kenny Ford Jr., Ebony Brown, Coda Turner, Teresa Ford, and Pastor Frederick Howard. Now, did we name everybody? I don't want to leave anybody out.
Is this one night only?
It's one night only here at the Kenny Ford Jr. too. It's going to be Jacob was a finalist with American Idol.
Oh, nice.
A voice that's up here in the raft, just crazy. Ooh. And Abraham McDonald was Oprah's discovery.
Nice. Okay, that is. Girl, check this out. Okay, so that's hot. And it'll be the December...
Saturday, December 14th at the Wilshire E-Bell.
Right. Okay. Now, you work with the Wilshire E-Bell a lot.
They told me that this is my 25th production at the Wilshire E-Bell since I've been here.
So that you're being loyal, or you just really like
the wonderful
Wilshire?
Theater,
I love the Wilshire Bill too, but is it that you're being loyal, or you guys are just working it out?
Both, but but next year we're going to Nokia Live.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm stepping out a little.
Okay, now that deserves the invisible audience clap.
Everybody
ain't no joke.
Everybody ain't able, but I'm trying to be able.
Oh, you's able. No,
I'm trying to be able. And so
really
quickly, my Philly family and friends, I'll be there with a show Sunday, April the 13th, I believe it is, in Philly, and I'm bringing some people that I know they're going to love. I'm bringing me with me.
Nice.
What show?
Our Change Is Going to Come. Family drama. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Good. So I'm bringing that show to Philadelphia. First time I've been home with a show in 3 years. The last time was with Loretta Devine. Yeah. We're going to do a show with me at home. So.
Now, Don, you mentioned grandma. I think it was during the break when we were just kind of talking, and you talked about your grandma, and I was real close to my grandmother too. Yeah. Tell me how she influenced your childhood, your upbringing.
Well, my grandmother was was the kind of woman. She's only about 5'3", if that tall. Third grade education, but Lord, one of the smartest women I had ever met in my life. I remember I'll just tell you a little quick story about her. I was outside playing with a friend in South Philly at the time before we moved to West Philly, and we were just playing as kids. I think I must have been 5 or 6 years old. And I came in the house and I said to her, I'm really mad. I hope this happens to Randolph. And my grandma just looked at me and she said, She said, well, if you dig a ditch for somebody to fall into, you better dig two, because you'll need one for yourself. Amen. Now, at that time, that meant nothing.
Right.
But as you get older, those type of things come back to you. Yes. She was one of those women who, not just because I was her grandson, she just didn't say, oh, you're going to be, great, you're going to do all these things. She really, truly believed it. Yeah. So it only enhanced me believing it. Yeah. Because I knew I was going to do something. I mean, I knew.
From what age? What age did you know? Oh, my God.
I can remember, I'm telling you, going back to 5 and 6 years old, asking how come I couldn't be on a TV dance show or some singing show.
I think we just innately know it, like those of us, because I felt the same way as a child growing up.
I knew it.
I'd be playing the piano by outside with the door open, just thinking somebody was going to come by and discover me. And I couldn't read a lick of paper. But we're going to go take a commercial and come right back. And when we do, we're going to delve more into your not just the theatrical, but the TV aspect and the film aspect that you want to talk about, the film you have coming up,
singing, the fact that he sings.
Yeah, well,
we'll be in concert here next year with a full band. Get ready.
All right, we're gonna have to put you on the spot now. All right, and people, come on, call in. We're all our Facebook friends.
Yeah.
We need you.
We have a number too.
Colleen Cass.
No, we didn't.
Where's Dawn?
Wait, no, we didn't give a number to even tell them to call in.
Oh, well, he gave it on Facebook.
I gave a number for people to call in. 323 and LA and New York. Stop playing and call in.
7443 7443.
I know my number.
Right back.
I do. I know my numbers.
GospelRhythms.com. Talk Live Radio on LATalkLive.com. Woohoo.
From the first time I saw your face, I knew
Josh Lane and Dr. Hans Kugler of Here's to Your Health, in conjunction with A4M, the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, invite you to attend the 21st Annual World Congress on Anti-Aging Medicine, December 12th through 15th at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. Check it out at worldhealth.net. That's worldhealth, one word, .net. And while you're there, sign up for the free longevity newsletter. Just look for the bouncing red ball. At worldhealth.net, also print out a page about the Las Vegas Congress and pass it along to your doctors. More than 3,500 healthcare professionals will convene at the Las Vegas Congress, where they will teach and demonstrate with hundreds of exhibitors about every anti-aging modality. Be sure to attend the World Congress on Anti-Aging Medicine, December 12th through 15th at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. Presented by the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. Visit worldhealth.net for more details. The 21st Annual Congress on Anti-Aging Medicine, proud sponsors of Here's to Your Health with Josh Lane and LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hey everybody, it's Amber Bullock, and you are listening to GospelRhythms.com. Heaven's party here on earth.
Welcome back to GospelRhythms.com.
Talk
And
Live
I
Radio.
am Trisha Mann Grant.
I wrote Williams.
And we're here with Don B. Welch.
Hey.
All right. And we
Hey,
also
hello to
talking
Philly.
about...
I know Philly's watching.
That's
They're
right.
watching
Philly,
right
hey,
now.
Philly.
Philly and Jersey is watching
They
right
can
now.
call.
is in the house.
I said call in. I
They
said,
can
don't say nothing
call in,
simple.
you
Just
guys.
call in.
Call in. I'm not going to do the number thing no more, you know, because I jacked that up pretty bad.
7443.
There it is. That's it, right there. And his play, Take It to the Lord or Else, which is on Saturday, December 14th, 2013, 8 p.m. And it's at the Wilshire Ebell. Tickets are available at the Ticketmaster locations at the Ebell box office and Inglewood Tickets. So you guys, that number, just in case, let's go on ahead and get it out, 310-671-6400. And hit him up on Facebook. Check him out because Don is just doing great things.
And what's the website?
Constantly.
DonBWelchProductions.com.
Okay, so they can buy tickets from there as well.
Right. And guess
give
what?
you a link to go right to it.
Okay,
Yep.
so check out the website.
That's
But we
right.
actually have
we
a
have
caller.
a caller. Yay.
Holler, holler. This is GospelRhythms.com, Talk Live Radio. You are on the air.
Hey, calling from the East Coast. This is Ruth Blake.
Hey,
hi, Don. How
Hey,
you doing?
Ruth. Come from Clementon,
And hi,
New Jersey.
everybody on the show.
Hey, Miss Ruth, how are you?
Ruth is a wonderful actress.
He
and
can run, but he just can't hide.
I can't get away. Ruth is a wonderful
Um,
actress as
Yeah.
well as a really dear friend of the family. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very close friend.
Beautiful. So what do you know? What can you tell us that no one knows
Oh, Lord.
about Don?
Yeah,
She
give
knows
us
where
a
the bodies
juicy
are buried.
tidbit.
Give us
Oh, my
everything.
goodness. Well, let me tell
What's
you.
it really like to work
Oh,
with?
Lord.
What's it really like to work with?
Okay.
He's going to say that this story is as old as dirt, like I am, but that's okay. Okay, you're old too, but I'm a little bit older than you. But when I first saw Take It to the Lord or Else, I was supporting a friend of mine in the production. And it was in a small theater downtown Philly. And after the show, Don was at the back of the house with some headshots. And, you know, I thought I was going to see some of the actors, but no, this was Don Welch sitting there. And as I looked, he was autographing pictures of himself. And I
25
didn't
years
know
ago.
who he was. I didn't know who he was. And he looks up at me over, well, he wasn't wearing glasses, but, you know, he was sitting down. I was standing up. And he looks up and said, "And you are?" And I thought, well, he doesn't know. I'm Ruth Blake. Now, I only acted in maybe, I've been acting for the year, but our paths had not crossed. They only crossed because of my friend who was in the play. And I said, well, who are you? And he said, well, I'm Don B. Welch. I'm the writer-producer of the play. And I said, oh, okay. And so I took the picture thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know who he is.
See, people were in line asking for autograph photos, so I thought she was. So she came up next, and I said, and you are? And she said, well, I'm really here to see something. But I'll take that. Here you are. Here. Right. Didn't even charge you. Gave it to her.
So when did it click?
Fast forward.
That's funny.
I don't know. How long has it been done? Almost 20 years or so?
I think it's a little longer, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
And I have been in a number of his productions when they were in Philly. And I've been bi-coastal for a minute. I have a 9 to 5, so I'm not always
She's
available.
She's a speech therapist teacher also.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Well, whatever you do, don't watch this show. All right. Okay, but that's really good.
And you guys do extremely well. You know, I kind of freeze up, you know, when I'm live. It's like, and you do what? You're a speech what?
Right.
But I can tell you that Don is the most loyal friend that one can ever have, but don't get on his bad side.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Don doesn't play either,
But he,
you know.
He is a wonderfully creative person. It's so wonderful to see someone follow their passion as he has, and he hasn't veered when he made the decision to make the creative aspect of his life work for him. That's what he did, and he's been continuing and doing very well. I'm just so proud of him. He's my baby brother here.
Oh, well,
Thanks,
listen.
Ruth. Thank you very much.
Before we let you go, just because he's always encouraging and giving to others, can you give him some words of encouragement since you've known him all these years before you leave us?
This is a gospel show, Ruth.
Now, excuse me, you're the one that wrote another piece.
All right, go ahead.
That
Answer the question. Answer the question, please.
She's trying to call you out. She's trying to put you out there. All right.
I will say, Don, keep the Spirit of God always in your heart, and I know you will. There's no question about that. But don't let the haters get to you. Don't let the moments that will try you discourage you, because it's all meant to give you strength. And I've seen it happen with you over and over again, and you give me the strength.
Thanks, Ruth. Thank you very much. I love you.
Keep on keeping on, and love you.
All right,
Beautiful.
love you, Ruth.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
calling
for
in,
calling.
Miss Ruth. You
I'm
take
starting to
it.
get a little misty. So.
I know, me
You better
too.
call and check on my
Time for me to go.
Ruth. Call and check on my mama. I heard it's cold in Philly and Jersey right now.
It is, but not as cold as it has been.
Oh, okay.
But, I definitely will get in contact.
All
with
right.
her.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks
love
again
you,
for calling in.
and
Take
kudos
care.
For the show that I know is going to be wonderful.
Thanks,
Bye.
Ruth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Barbara.
Wow.
Oh, she sounds like
We have
a
another caller.
sweetheart. Oh, we have another caller.
Yes,
Hello. Welcome to
hello.
Gospel Rhythms. You're on the air.
Hello, ladies. It's Candace.
What's up?
Hey, Candace.
How you doing?
Hello.
You holding Black Friday weekend down?
Yes, you know we are. We're open for the holidays. Great show. I am enjoying all that I'm hearing and learning about my friend Don B. Welch.
Thank you.
Yes.
And Don, I have 2 questions for you. How is it that I've been following you for at least 2 years? How do you get connected with such great talent? And then the other question is, what keeps you up at night?
What keeps me
Up at night.
what keeps you
What
up at
keeps
night?
you up at night, and how do you find the great cast members that you find for all of your productions?
Well, first of all, we hold an annual open call every year for actors to come out, and I see between 400 and 500 actors in one day. A lot of times, Robbie Reed casting will come out with me, and she'll just sit with me, and we just sort of go through a lot of the people that we're looking for the year for different productions. And then there's other times where there's other actors that, and I'm glad you brought that up. I'll say that really quickly. Even dealing with Trisha Mann, Trisha has been someone has not worked with me yet, and we've talked about it for years. I am also a writer-director who the role has to be right for me, and it has to be right for the actor. I know her capabilities. I know what that she does as an actress, and I love it. And I always say every year we're gonna do it. And I'm not saying that because she's sitting here. I'm saying it because I'm a man of my word. When you do see her in a Don B. Welch production, if she's available when we do it, you will love her. But that's one of the main things, holding the auditions. What keeps me up at night, a lot of times. I'm not a partier. I don't go to a lot of things out. I really don't. I think the conception is that I do a lot of that because I'm in the industry or they see the photos on Facebook. But usually that's industry stuff. I don't really go out a lot. I do a lot of reading, especially late at night. I read 2 to 3 novels a month. Just on things that I like to, especially dealing with Black Hollywood, old Black Hollywood and things like that, or celebrity biographies. Because what you find out is that so many people's lives, no matter who they are in the industry, the story is almost the same. That struggle is the same to keep things going. So that, my writing, and basically just being more in tune with what I'm trying to do. So, because I'm up late, Candance, because a lot of times you'll hit me up and I'm like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, ain't you in the bed? You're like, no, ain't you up? Yeah, I'm an early riser. I get up very early in the morning. But those are the 2 things that I would say is the open call auditions and really, really keeps me up. The creative process will keep me up at night.
Yeah, and
that sounds boring, I know, but that's me.
No, not at all. I've noticed too, Candance, that Don will go. He supports as well as checks out other productions, and that's so smart. That's brilliant because you're going and you're looking and you're seeing.
Absolutely.
And you're constantly. It's like, in other words, what you're saying is, I can still evolve and learn and grow from just watching other things, and also pick other actors or actresses from these other productions. So for all you fellow actors out there, you never know.
It's about support. It's really about support. You cannot have a life of me, no matter who you are. Because if you do, you wake up and you find out that it's only going to be you.
That's
you
right.
and you.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to support, you have to push, you have to, and not worry. Listen, whatever blessing you have, he has, that's your blessing. That's not mine. I want to encourage that because I already know he got something for me.
Amen.
I've never been a person who said, I wonder why I haven't gotten this or that, or why. I don't worry about that because the reason why you haven't gotten it, it wasn't for you.
It wasn't for you.
Wasn't for you.
Because what's for you, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what's for you, you will have.
Absolutely.
No matter what, no matter who. So thank you, sister, for calling in.
Thanks, Candace.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You guys are amazing. Keep up the great work.
And Candace has a big group coming on that night, too.
Oh.
Yeah, she has a big group coming Saturday night.
Well,
I think I'm in that group too, right? I gotta get you a check.
Hello.
Okay, I hope I'm in the group. Can I be in the group, please?
We can group rate tickets.
She got group rates over there.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what I tell all my friends and clients. I never have to apologize for taking them to a Don B. Welch production
That's
because
right.
they are always entertained, they're inspired, they're encouraged, and they always leave saying they should have paid more for what they got.
Oh, wow.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Don B.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Candace.
All right. Talk to you soon. Be blessed. Thanks for calling. That is awesome.
Now you have a movie coming out.
I
As
do.
you- yeah,
February the
talk about
4th, nationally, it'll be released called The Divorce, based on a stage play of mine, starring Tatiana Ali, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Dawn Lewis, Andrew Cromwell, Frida Payne, Judy Pace, Keith Burke, Ryland Williams, Janelle Allen. I'm excited about it. I had an opportunity to make sure that I was the one who was there for the editing and all that.
Right.
First time for me doing that. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's really, really going to be good. And February 4th. So you got to come to the premiere.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you took the words right out of my
Yeah,
mouth.
you
I was
gotta
going to
come.
ask you about the premiere.
Wow.
February.
February 4th. Okay, yeah. Okay,
Might
we'll
need
be
to
there.
cover that too.
That's
something,
right.
You know what
If
I
you
mean?
need
Get
red
the
carpet, you know.
let us know.
You know, I'll
It's
be
already
there.
a done deal. You in.
All right, got it. Okay,
I just
good.
want to know for our people that are international, how can they get a taste of the Don B. Welch experience? I mean, are you on Netflix yet with any of your
I am.
productions?
Actually, The Bachelor Party and 24 Hour Love are already on Netflix. The Divorce will be there too. Or they can go to Amazon.com. And my plays travel. We did a 10-city tour with the Bachelorette Party. Excuse me. And so we're going to go back out again and do some other things outside of Los Angeles and Philadelphia, but get back out there and just really, really take it. What the films do is gives an opportunity to people who can't come to the theater to see your show because they can just pull you up and look at it, and or they can go buy it at Target or whatever, Walmart. But it's really about You asked me earlier another thing that what Will said to me that was important. He says one of the problems of people in the industry a lot is that they chase the dollar instead of chasing your career. Because the money will come.
It'll come.
It will come.
Yeah.
You cannot think like that. You have to think about being creative and using what God has given you to do. And all that other stuff will fall in place.
Right.
I told you I was broke as a three-legged table at one
look,
time.
we
I
all
remember.
been there. Hello.
Yeah.
What'd you say? You said it could be tomorrow. It's
So
like
you can go back.
people really, they forget. You
That's
can't
a
forget. You gotta
paycheck
stay
away.
humble, man.
You have to stay humble. And that's the sad part about a lot of times we're in a town where people a lot of times will get a certain level of success and not only look at you differently, but look at themselves differently. And not realizing that you may very well need these people again. So it's a true thing that same when you, because it's always somebody else's time.
That's right.
This is maybe Don B. West's time, and everybody say, oh, we love Don, and that's great, I love it. But I can't fall into that, because next week is going to be somebody else.
Yeah.
Always a new face. And you know, I keep my food stamp. I have you remember when they used to have the paper ones that look like the dollar, the brown ones? Okay, yes you do. I know you do. Don't play. Don't play.
Mine was on
Baby,
a
it was
card.
paper. They wasn't the
used to have
debit card.
paper.
You know
Q.
Q was in the house with us.
Q, you ever had
yeah,
that?
it was Ness. I know you still got some in your pocket. I know.
paper food
So
stamp.
yes, so I keep the dollar one that I had from years ago when I was struggling bad back in Chicago, and I keep it just to keep
As
me
a reminder.
As a reminder.
And
to be
I
humble.
appreciate the fact too that the lady that called in, how you supported her then, and you have a relationship where you still support her and very loyal to that. And I even in Tyler's camp, because you had an opportunity to work with your husband on a show down there, and we meant to we'll talk about more of that next week. And I just love how they continually look for opportunities. We asked you off camera earlier, are you prone to getting your own productions, and you said something that you didn't want to take an opportunity from another actor. And I just hearing you talk and seeing how loyal you are even to grooming actors and actresses that may not necessarily be on the big screen.
Absolutely.
Like that, I think that mindset is pervasive a lot of times, where people get to a certain status, they only work with certain people, and they don't give people coming up an opportunity and using that as that platform to throw the rope back to pull them
I
up.
mean, yeah, and there's a way to do both. I've always been able to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
Because whatever actor, singer, model, dancer, what at one point they were at the same level trying to get on. So if you are in a position to employ and to put somebody next to a Loretta Devine or Vanessa Bell Calloway, or Eric Benet or Kenny Lattimore, you do that. You bring them in and you say, listen, here's an opportunity, because they can put that on their resume.
Yeah.
I worked with this person, that person. So you bridge the gap. You bring the up and coming. And sometimes we have people that are not up and coming. They're actually established, but everybody else don't know about them yet. You bring them in, and you bring them in with these names, and you put them together, and you treat everybody the same.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's real talk.
There you go. I want to ask you spiritually, when you're writing, have you ever had a moment? I'm sure you've had lots of moments, but what was the one you can remember the most, where God just kind of poured into you the script that you produced?
Okay, I'll tell you. I think going back to the bachelorette party, I wrote it in 2005, I believe it was. I was working at a job here in Los Angeles that I did not like. I had to go every day. I just despised going. Happy that I had a job,
right?
But this one day, I said, okay, I think I'm done. And I got in the car and I came home. It was June 2005, and I said, I'm not going back. Didn't know exactly what I was going to do, but I had this idea about writing this script. And I remember just writing, and I could not get the ending of what I really wanted to get. And I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, for me, it just all came together. And when I finished writing and I had a table read for the actresses, I said, you know what, y'all, I think this is going to do something. I think this is the one that's going to do something. And interesting enough, it ended up being not only a play that had gone on tour, but that Will Smith had actually bought the film rights to, along with Overbrook Entertainment. And that was because I was at a standstill in my life. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to create and write. But you got to pay the bills. And you have to be able to take care of your necessities.
Yeah.
So I think spiritually, it hit me right then and there that not only was this story going to be completed, but that it was going to propel me to the next level. And that's exactly what happened. Because I think what happens is God's always around, always shows up. We're just not always in tune to listen because we're doing something else.
That's
but
right.
He's always there, just sitting there waiting. I know I'm a handful.
And no. I like how you said, you were working a 9 to 5, and it was at that place, almost at that place where there's a rock and a hard place, and you were right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what I was going to do, but I knew I had to leave to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, well, wait a minute, how was you going to survive? Wasn't no money coming in. I didn't know at that point, but you have to trust God and trust yourself.
Not Job Jireh, Jehovah Jireh.
Hey, right, exactly. You gotta trust.
You gotta help your brother.
And you get to that point where you just say, okay, He didn't give me all this to sit idle. I've got to keep moving.
Yeah.
And you can never, one of the things I tell actors all the time, stop measuring your success by somebody else's success. That's not yours.
Right.
You are who you are. And you're making those movements with yourself. Concentrate and put that energy into who Ro is, who Trisha is, who Don is, who Q is. That's what you have to do. You can't worry about somebody else's. You miss your own blessing worrying about what somebody else got.
Come on, now, there we
Over
go.
there,
There
and
come
your
the
blessing
ministry.
done showed up, knocked on the door. You ain't heard it because you so busy over in there.
Trying to worry about what somebody else is.
Good. Wow. Thank you so much. Well, you have a shout out. Now, you want to tell us about, we can't feature him, but
We
he's in
can't
the
see
house.
him.
So
Q.
we have to give
Q.
Q a shout out.
Yeah.
He is in the house. All that clapping you heard.
That was Q doing all that by
was Q
himself.
All that by himself.
All 50
You better
hands.
work it, Q. You better work it.
Hey, Q. All right, so tell us about Q real quick.
Well, Q came here from, I always say Mississippi, but it's Alabama, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Alabama, yeah. He came here in a car and a suitcase.
Right.
And somehow he found me, came and auditioned, and he started to sing, and he was, has a really, really nice voice. He's finally on track to where he wants to do vocally and his career. So, you watch these young actors, and they come here a lot of times. I tell them, listen, for every bus that comes in town with a bus full of wide-eyed hopefuls, there's 2 buses going back home.
That's right. No,
So
for real.
Yeah, it really is true. So I had to tell him, I said, this is what you have to do to sustain yourself. You got to get a job, because he has a son. You got to get a job. You got to keep a job, and you got to hone your craft. He wants to sing. He acts too, but he wants to sing. So I'm like, okay, but get into the area that you want and just master that. He got enough time. That's it.
Okay. And speaking of singing, just give us something.
A little
Just
taste.
a little something.
Let me tell you right now, I've never been put on the spot to sing it. I didn't do it, but I'm not doing it today. No.
What, you hoarse?
I am very hoarse, but wait a minute, hold it. But trust and believe. Google me. No.
We can see you on video if we Google some of your singing.
But I will
Okay.
come back,
Yes.
especially when I'm doing a big concert next year with my full
Yeah,
band,
theater, baby.
full band and backup singers, and I'm gonna actually come here if I'm invited back.
Yes.
And you'll see.
Okay, when are you doing the concert?
It's a concert or the play?
The concert. I'm doing an
His
actual one-man concert. My band and
He's
backup
singing.
singers, everything.
Okay.
It's going to be before the spring 2014.
You got it. Well, heck yeah.
Yeah,
We'll have you back.
I hope you do one at the
Definitely.
theater too at the end. Like a party.
Well, every now and then I've done something at the E-Bell. I've sang at the E-Bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, see, I didn't know that. How
Yeah.
did I not know that?
So it's gonna be a party there
That's
too
amazing.
after the
Absolutely.
play.
Hey, you
That's
guys,
what I'm talking about.
check this out.
Check it out.
Take it to the Lord or else. Dawn Lewis, Kenny Lattimore, Shanice Wilson, our girl Amber Sawyer,
Amber.
Andrea Jones, and a host of other amazing, talented cast members.
And our musical director, Dr. Alexander Hamilton.
Dr.
Ooh,
Alexander
all
right. Been with me
Hamilton.
for a lot of
And
years.
hopefully Don will throw himself in the play and he'll have a cameo for like 2 seconds and come on stage and wow everybody.
and the website is,
and the website is Don B. Welch Productions.
.com.
.com.
There it
Don B.
is.
Welch Productions.com. Check him out. All right, listen, we appreciate you You guys, God bless you. We hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving. And let's take this year out, y'all, loving each other. Take this year out doing what God wants us to do, being in tune, like Don said, listening to the voice of God. And we just love y'all.
Yeah,
and got to
staying
know
in
you
your
to
lane.
That's right, girl. You know that's right. I love you, sis.
Love you
All
too,
right.
girl.
GospelRhythms.com. Trisha Mann Grant.
Bro Williams.
See you soon.
Welch. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ness.
All right. Love. That's just too much. They're just like sickening.
Thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hey everyone, this is Richard Carr, Business Relations Manager for LA Talk Live. Did you know social media produces almost double the marketing leads of trade shows, telemarketing, direct mail, or even pay-per-click ads? And that about 46% of all online users count on social media when making that ever-important purchase decision. Hey, if you feel lost when it comes to social media, Top Tier Media can help you. Top Tier Media specializes in social media management and blogger outreach for beauty, fashion, health, and lifestyle brands. To learn more, go to www.toptiermedia.com. That's www.toptiermedia.com. Top Tier Media, the official social media marketing company of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Levi, your fitness doctor, making a personal house call, inviting you to join me Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific for my all-new show, The Dr. Levi Show. Join us as we discuss fitness, health, and well-being, including emotional and spiritual health. So don't forget to tune in to the Dr. Levi Show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com and the Talk Live Broadcast Network. You can also catch us on iTunes, Radio R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv, or catch us on the Live 365 network, and now on Radio Flag and Stitcher Radio. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Dawn Christie inviting you to join me every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, for my all-new show, The Dawn Christie Show. Join me as I discuss love, spiritual readings, your purpose, why am I born, what am I here to do. So don't forget to tune in The Dawn Christie Show at 1 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
You send me an angel, oh how I love you so.